Why does it always turn orange? It's always like right where the heat hits. Ugh, and clearly I have breakage. Oh, I've let this go too long. It's definitely time to freshen up this pink. What's up, doll fam? We are back in my bathroom for another hair dye video. This video I'm going to be freshening up my pink. It's not going to be as extreme as my last hair dye video that was a two-parter because I bleached my hair and then I put the color on, so it took a little bit more time. It was way too long to put into one video, so there's a two-parter. I will link that below if you want to see it. But today I'm going to be freshening up my pink with a brand new brand of hair dye that I've never tried before. I'm kind of doing a new thing with my hair where instead of just like bleaching all my root and trying to do my entire head like usual, I'm kind of going easier on my hair and just letting my growth come in and kind of doing a really cool ombre with my natural color, putting the color over that and kind of giving it a cool pink tint. And then just freshening up where I had bleached before, so of course that dye is a lot darker than my dark natural brown hair will. But since I'm using a brand new brand of hair dye, I know nothing about it, this is my first time using it, I thought that I would log the experience so you guys can come along yet again on another hair dyeing journey with me and learn about this product as I go, and then maybe in the future when you are trying to pick out a new hair color and a new dye, this might be the one for you. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into it. So usually when I dye my hair for years, I occasionally use Splat hair dye, which I used in my last video that I posted for you guys. But the downside of Splat is that it never stops bleeding. It just gets all over everywhere. It stains everything. It's constantly washing out. So I started using Arctic Fox hair color and it's my absolute favorite. I have zero complaints about it other than I couldn't find it this go around, so I had to buy a different brand. But the good thing about Arctic Fox hair color is not only is it cruelty-free, vegan-friendly, it's super gentle on your hair, and your hair comes out 10 times better than before you colored it. It's super long-lasting. It's probably the longest-lasting bright hair color that I've ever used. I've used Splat, I've used, I think it's like BZ hair color. I've used lots of different like staining shampoos. I've used the L'Oreal colors that you can get at Walmart that are kind of semi-permanent. Nothing really works as good as Arctic Fox. Arctic Fox is so vibrant. It smells good. It doesn't stain my skin. It doesn't bleed like around the clock. It lasts for a really long time. I can go like 4 months in between dyeing my hair, which is great. I don't want to have to dye my hair constantly. And that was my downside when I did red hair, is that I just felt like I was constantly trying to make my hair look not like crap because my color kept washing out. So when I found Arctic Fox, I just fell in love. It smells good, feels good. I have no complaints. So Arctic Fox is definitely my go-to. I love the color Virgin Pink. It's my favorite color for my pink hair. But this week, we're going to be doing a different brand for this video because I could not find my big bottle locally. So I decided to try a different brand. And I think this is a newer brand on the market because I've never seen it before. So let's get to know this brand before we put it on our head. So this is what I'm going to be using today. It is called Good Dye Young Semi-Permanent Hair Color in the color X Girl. It is the brightest vivid pink they have. I think they have a few other shades of pink according to their Instagram, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. But it said on the box that it has an essential oil fragrance, that it's vegan, it's cruelty-free. I like vegan, I like cruelty-free. When you're doing like hair color, if it has that, it's usually a better product from what I found. I'm sure there's some out there that are sucky, but I definitely seem to like vegan hair dyes way more because, I don't know, they just seem to have a purer color that lasts longer, and it's not super harsh on your hair, so that's always really fantastic. It's a pretty big bottle. This was $17.99. The big bottle of the Arctic Fox that I get, I think, is $16.99. It's 148 mLs or 5 fluid ounces. So it's a 5-ounce bottle. It says Good Die Young is a community bonded by self-expression, limitless inspiration, and a flair for bold hair color. I like all those things. Those things are all good. It says it's also born in Nashville. I was told by the lady who works there that she thinks that an artist, like a musical artist, is the one that owned it or created it. I'm gonna look them up on Instagram because I think that's the best way to really figure things out about brands. So on their Instagram, they have 187,000 followers, so clearly it's a pretty massively followed company. This is their logo. It is a G, a Y, and a D for Good Die Young. The thing that I like about it is that it says bright, bold, beautifully obnoxious. That sounds like me. But it is a vegan and cruelty-free, hair-healthy community in Nashville, Tennessee. It says you can get it in select Sephora and Sally beauty stores. I got mine at Sally's. It shows lots of really bright colors. This was the pink that caught my attention. Whenever I'm looking something up, whether it be a new brand, new makeup, new hair color, I always go to their Instagram so I can see like actual photos of what the product looks on. I want to see what it looked on hair, so I looked this up. I really liked the pinks that I was seeing, so that's kind of why I decided to just give this one a shot. So hopefully it doesn't disappoint me. All we can do is try. You never know until you try. The lady at Sally's did say that there's a money back guarantee, so if I don't like this, even if I use all the product, I can take it back. So that's pretty rad. What you need is inside. And then it's got tons of writing on the inside of the box, of course. So let's do that. Why would you do this? I don't understand this. I have to destroy my entire box just to read anything about your product. So it says extra tips and tricks, and it's got a whole bunch of dyeing information. Be dry, dry your hair thoroughly before applying color. Duh. Be patient. The longer color sits, the bolder it gets. I agree with that. When I do my Arctic Fox, I put it on and let it sit for hours, like all day. I know some girls who leave it on overnight. The good thing about it is that it really does soak into your hair, but the things that they put into these, they kind of are more soothing and moisturizing to your hair. So every time I do my hair with Arctic Fox, once I wash it out, my hair is super silky, super smooth. So hopefully this one has the same effect. The fact that they're saying let it sit, I like that. It says be cool, rinse with cool water to retain color. Be fun, mix colors. Be confident, hair can make you shine, and so does our conditioning formula. How sweet. It has, of course, instructions, and it has their story. Hayley Williams is the founder, so there you go. I believe she's a country music artist. I don't know 100%, but that's who it is. No, Hayley Williams. Duh, Hayley Williams of Paramore. The lady at the store was like, I think it's some country music artist. Hayley Williams. That sounds like a country. No, that's Paramore. Oh, I'm not worried anymore. This is going to be badass. All of this is making sense now. The Good Die Young, it's a Paramore song. Duh. Holy smokes. I'm so excited now. If somebody like Hayley Williams is putting out a hair color and that girl has rocked like every single hair color known to man and woman and everything in between, this can't go wrong. So the bottle is just kind of like, it looks like a big face wash or conditioner bottle. It has their website. It says for detailed instructions and more, go to their website. And it also has a how-to: lighten hair, apply bleach as directed, rinse, shampoo, let it dry, then do, you know, the normal stuff. I did that in my last video. If you're gonna bleach your hair, you need to make sure that you bleach your hair first. Give it time to sit and rest, moisturize it, and then in a couple days put the color on if that's what you're going to do. I definitely don't recommend like bleaching your hair, then drying it and trying to do it all at one time, because it can just be that much more damaging to your hair. As always, like I stated in my last video, doing your hair by yourself is a really big risk. You know, hairstylists are chemists. They go to school for a reason. They're taught what they're taught for a reason, because mixing chemicals, mixing dyes, mixing lighteners, mixing bleaches definitely takes skill and knowledge in what you're doing, and if you don't know what you're doing, it can really lead to some horrible, horrible things. Chemical burns on your skin, completely frying and destroying your hair. So I highly recommend, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not a professional, I don't recommend doing your hair yourself. I know, hello, my name is Pot. Doing hair is not something I've been trained in. It's something that I take risks in. I enjoy doing myself, and I know that there is a good chance that something could go wrong and it will be my fault. That being said, proceed with caution if you're going to do your own hair. I want to read this. When I picked up the box, I was reading it and I was like, I should read this. I think this is a really cool way to express coloring your hair, and it kind of goes along with how I feel about coloring your hair, just as far as being an adult, being a child, just in general. So I thought I would share because it's very similar to how I feel about it. She says, from Miss Haley Williams herself, hair is one of the coolest and easiest tools that we have for self-expression. It's your own personal megaphone, and it's attached to your head. Since I was 14, my favorite way to express myself in the moment has been through hair color. I love that it allows me to tell a story and face the world with my identity intact, whether that means from home in Nashville or on a stage somewhere far away. Expressing yourself through your hair makes the journey through self-discovery a whole lot more fun and definitely more colorful. Remember, hair should be fun, so dye happy. So I'm gonna just get into it. I don't really do much when I put my color on. Like I said, I kind of stopped bleaching my hair and putting it through that. And I'm just kind of going with an ombre. When I do the Arctic Fox Virgin Pink, it's dark enough that when I put it on, it kind of makes my roots a deep magenta. And then it goes down into the more electric pink. So it has this really cool fade and these dimensions with the darker root, and I really like it. I don't know if this is going to have the same effect. We're going to find out. It'll definitely impact my hair somewhat because it's bright pink hair dye. Pretty light, as you can see, around the edges. Lots of different colors going on around my bang area. And right here by my ears, it turns like a weird orangey gold color, and I believe that's probably from my flat iron or my curling iron when I do my hair. But it's gonna do something, so I'm excited to see what we get. I know what result happens when I put Arctic Fox on here, so I'm excited to see what result I get here. All I'm gonna do is I have a pair of gloves, I have a brush, we need a pick comb and a clippy, and then we're just gonna get started. But first, let's take all of our clothes off because you don't want to dye your clothes. I think that dyeing your hair is one of the funnest things you can do. I think that expressing yourself through different hair colors and through different hairstyles, which I know isn't always possible for everybody because of your job, and I guess if you have bright color hair, it just makes you less capable. But I do think that if it's a possibility, if you can, if it doesn't affect your income, your, you know, your job, what you do to support yourself and your family, which I think is silly, but it's the world we live in, sadly. I think that you should do it. Like, if you're thinking about it, don't just say, I wish I could. There's no reason why you can't. Like, unless it is job related, just do it. Just do it. It's really fun. It's the best way to express yourself, and it's one of the things that you can always change. You know, there's certain things that you can't come back from once you make a choice. You know, that's the choice that it is. But with your hair, there's always the possibility of, you know, cutting it all off and starting over, dyeing it one color and then dyeing it a completely different color of the rainbow spectrum. You know, you have that ability. So you think that if there's not really anything stopping you other than yourself, and you keep saying, I really want to do this, do it. I'm definitely here, I'm the one on your shoulder. Do it. It's a lot of fun. It can give you a completely different mood and energy. It can give you a confidence boost. It can offer a lot of different, you know, energy shifts in your own state of self. And I'm also a big supporter of letting kids have fun with their hair, if schools will allow it. If not, there's always summer break. I let my kids dye dye their hair in the summer. They each get to pick a color, and I always use vegan semi-permanent hair colors because they're just little and you don't want to hurt their scalps because this stuff can be super abrasive. But I think that it's a really fun thing if you have, I'm ditching the brush. If you have young people, if you have like, you know, little kids, if you have 13, 14-year-old daughters, sons that want to express themselves through a hair color, through a fun hairstyle, let them do it. Let them do it. It's not gonna hurt anything. My oldest decided he wanted to grow his hair out for a little while, like his dad. So I let him do it. I let him start growing out his hair. And he got pretty long, and then he decided he wanted to cut it because his little brother cut a pompadour in his hair. And so he decided he just wanted like one side of his head shaved and then keep the other long. Super punk rock. So we let him. Like, why not? Why not let him express themselves through their hair? He'll grow back. There's worse things they can do, right? If you have teenagers who are feeling angsty, let them dye their hair a bright color. I think it's a super positive way for them to express themselves, feel confident in themselves, feel confident in picking a choice for themselves. And all of these hair dyes are really easygoing, so they're safe for more sensitive skins. All the vegan dyes. So that's my take on it. You don't have to. I'm not the boss of you. You can do what you want, but I think it's something positive that you can introduce into either your life or the little person in your life. So do it. I'm gonna start working on all of my hair, get this really worked through. I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't miss any spots in between. Let's just speed up this process. Okay, so I think I have it as worked in as I can get it. I'm really liking the color that it looks. It's kind of light virgin pink, but a little bit brighter, which I'm not mad at. So I'm going to take this wide tooth comb and I'm going to start kind of working through sections and brushing through. What I like to do is I like to try and work the dye through, mostly just because as soon as you put something like this on your hair, it starts grouping together. And then in between you have dry pockets of hair that don't have any dye, especially by your scalp. And you don't want to miss big holes, especially if your hair is bleached, because then when you go to put your hair up, you're going to have obvious big spots and you don't want that. But the one thing that you do need to be careful with is that of course your hair does have something in it that's making it rather stiff. And by just brushing through, you could create a lot of damage. So try to be as careful as you can. It's not easy. If you're tender-headed, you're probably not going to want to do this at all because it can be pretty painful. I like trying to really work through my scalp area first and then just kind of work down. So we're going to get that done. Last hair dyeing video, these Neutrogena makeup remover cleansing towelettes are probably the best for everything. They're my favorite cloths. I try to use one of the microfiber cloths when I'm in the shower, but if I have anything that's super stubborn or I have a lot of makeup, I bust these out. These are really good to get hair color off your skin. I don't know why, but as you can see, it's working like a boss. I think it's the oil content in them. It does have, these tend to have a little bit more oil, I feel like, than other makeup cleansing towelettes. Those usually have more alcohol. I think this kind of has a little higher oil base, and that's what helps. But I use these to get a lot of the hair dyes off that I've used in the past, like with the black hair dyes. But it works really great for these bright ones. And you can see it is just cleaning all of that red off there. Yeah, it is. So you're not gonna have to worry about stained skin with this. It doesn't look like. If this is taking it off this easy, that means in the shower we're gonna be good to go. So that's a plus. So that's about it for now. I'm gonna let this sit, and then I will be back after I do my rinse out, let you guys know how that went, how it rinses out, if it's like crazy, if it looks like I killed a My Little Pony in my shower, like whatever the outcome is, our immediate result, and then we'll also do a final result where it's all dried and we can see it in the sunlight. Ooh, so until then, I'm gonna go Netflix and chill with myself. Yes. Guys, I just got out of the shower from rinsing out my dye. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. So it rinsed out really well. There wasn't any staining. It came off my skin really good. It kind of looks like it's going to be a pretty traditional pink. It's not going to be as like vibrant or deep as my Arctic Fox. But so far, after first washout, this is what we're dealing with. Okay, everybody, here is our final result with using the Good Dye Young vegan hair dye by Miss Hayley Williams of Paramore. It's a new brand. I've never tried it before. I'm pleasantly surprised with my outcome. It's not as dark or as vivid as my hair usually turns out when I use Arctic Fox. It's kind of more of a subdued pink. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that if I had maybe one more bottle to really saturate, I do have some lighter pieces. You can't really tell in the camera, but I do have some lighter highlights, and honestly I'm not mad about that. Everybody's hair has natural highlights, and since we have not natural hair color, having highlights kind of come out in whatever color you're using is always exciting because it gives your hair a little bit more dimension. But I'm not upset at this at all. Is it different than my usual outcome? Yes. Arctic Fox is usually a lot more vivid, a lot more bright. It's definitely a darker pink, but you're talking about two different brands, two different shades, two different colors. They're not going to be identical, right? Right. But I'm not disappointed. I think that the color came out beautifully. Like I said, I'm not bleaching my hair anymore. This is my natural brown up here. I have some pink that goes through, so it blends really well. It looks, I mean, I think it looks really nice. It transitions to the color really well. It's not like, ugh, and then pink. I didn't have any staining, so it came off of absolutely everything. My neck isn't pink. My face isn't pink. My hands are not pink. I didn't wear any gloves just to see how bad the staining would be. Nothing. Didn't stain my shower, which is good. So all in all, my hair feels amazing. It's super soft. It didn't have the best smell. It kind of had a little bit more of, I know it has essential oils in it, and I wouldn't say that it smells like chemicals, but it's definitely a different smell that's not as appealing as the Arctic Fox is. But Good Dye Young hair dye, it's vegan friendly, it's cruelty free. The pigment, as you can see, looks really great. It freshened my pink. It covered all of the spots that I had that were kind of faded orangey blonde from my heat styling. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think that we have a good result. Really awesome look. Yeah. I really like it. So this shade is X Girl. It was the only pink on the shelf. I don't know if she has any other shades of pink, but she definitely had a wide variety. She had blue, green, yellow, orange, purple, red. And if you follow their Instagram, you can see all of these colors. They post a lot of photos from other stylists using their colors. And just lots of different photos so you can see what it looks like on actual heads of hair. It's not as bright as some of the photos looked. It actually, I'm okay with that. I don't necessarily always want like neon pink. The first day or two is okay, but neon pink is not really my thing that I'm after. I kind of want more of a bubblegum, and I think that this came out really well. Absolutely amazing. What do you think? Just did a soft curl with my Lange Ondulé wand. Did a soft curl under, and then took a wide tooth comb because I didn't want to like muck up my hair with any products. It's just so soft. So Good Dye Young hair dye. It's our first time using it. I would say if you like and enjoy bright hair colors and you're looking for a new one to try, give it a test, see how you feel about it. Don't let just the beauty influencers have all the fun. Try new products yourself, experiment, have a good time, but make sure that you always do it safely, and always remember that if you are not a professional, bad things can happen to your hair if you do not know what you're doing. So always be very careful, research, ask questions, contact professionals, things like that. I never recommend anybody doing their hair by themselves, but I'm pretty happy. Miss Haley Williams pulled through, so yes ma'am. I think that we did a pretty good job, and I'm gonna be happy until I have to do another re-dye. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and share with your friends, because sharing is caring. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos or new content. We have a lot going on here. And remember, doll fam, that you are beautiful the way you are in every way that you come. I absolutely love your faces. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to post them below. Bye! Take a minute and show you guys what this hair color looks like in the sunlight, because real light is a thing. So this is our pink in the sun. What do you guys think? Super bright, right? Na, 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 na. Yeah, rock on!